This weather is bloody atrocious. It's been raining quite heavily all afternoon. Had to run the gen set this afternoon, pump my batteries up a bit, and that's the first time I've ever had to do that. It's just been so overcast and wet. The batteries haven't been copping enough off the sun. It's pretty tragic, and I've got to leave here tomorrow and head around to where I'm going to hard stand. So I hope this rain leaves us by then. But it's just crazy the amount of rain we've had over the last week. Well, we don't wear skimpy bikinis. Hell, it frightens me when I take my shirt off. There's definitely no one pregnant here. This is motor sailing for old dudes. We do live on a boat, and we do cruise extensively along the Australian coast. Join us and visit some great destinations. Learn how to look after a boat and live off grid. It might even get you enthused to do the same thing. Hey, stay out there till you can't. Oh, okay, so tied up at the jetty here, and the wind's supposed to be 5 to 10 knots tonight, and it's 23 to 30 now, I reckon. It's coming in from the east to southeast, and it's a fair bit of wave action. The waves are slapping up the back of the boat, and I'm just going to go. I don't think I can move because I'd be worried about Bruce's boat. He's right in front of me and the wind's blowing me that way. So I don't think I can move off the pontoon. I'd like to, but I'm pretty well stuck here. But what I'm going to do is going to go out and double up one of the ropes so that at least I'm sure that that's not going to let go. Bloody hell, what a night. Bloody weather has been unbelievable. It's going to be a bloody uncomfortable night. At least I've got another rope on there, so I feel a bit better about that. But I'm not going to get much sleep tonight if it's blowing like this. It's bloody crazy. Totally unforecast too. God, we've had some crook weather this year. We were going to go up to the hard stand tomorrow, but the weather changes all those plans for us. Well, unfortunately, Bruce's pontoon became untenable. We were just jumping up and down. The wind's blowing up around 30 knots now, which is not forecast at all. And yeah, fenders were popping out. I was going to damage the boat. So we've dropped the lines, and in the middle of the night again, we're having a move. So I'm just going to head down the Broadwater, and I'll find somewhere out of the wind and we'll hold up there. But yeah, it was bloody atrocious up against Bruce's pontoon. I'm glad to be away from the pontoon there, but we're just coming down towards the back of Tipplers here now, and I think I might have a look here for somewhere to just anchor up, and we're out of the wind where we are now, so I can drop the pick here, and we'll stay here till tomorrow morning and then do it again. Tomorrow. I think the tide's running in from early in the morning, so we can get that to get down into the Coomber, I think. The next morning it's a lot more pleasant, even though it's still wet. Well, I've had to come about halfway to where I'm going to haul out to get out of the wind last night. I anchored up here. It was good once I got out of the wind, and a good move because I was nearly jumping on top of the pontoon where I was, so it was no good last night. But anyway, I'm going to keep on heading up to the haul out facility, and we'll get ready to get, I'm not being lifted out till tomorrow morning, but I can get there this afternoon and be ready, and yeah, it'll all be good. But first, coffee. A few nights with fun and games in them, eh? Anyway, it was a lot better once we got here. I've been following the marks pretty closely on the way up this little creek, and it's about 2 hours from high tide. We've got about 0.6 of a metre to come in, so nearly 0.6 of a metre more for high tide, and the shallowest I got into was about 2 metres. So if you draw a bit, you're not going to get up here, but if you shallow drafted, you should be able to do it all right. But you would want to do it with the tide. I wouldn't do this anywhere under half tide, I don't think, because it is a bit shoaly. Good little area though, like it's quite scenic compared to doing the main river, and it's just another way of getting up into the Coomera. A few nice little beaches around. There's not many anchorage spots, I don't think, because you might be able to anchor out of the channel in some places, but it's all a little bit tight. When you're navigating in rivers, the channel markers will keep you on track, but always remember that usually the best depth of water is on the outside of the bend of the river. So when a river does a bit of a U-turn, the deepest water is usually on the outside of that turn, because it's where the water flows the quickest and it usually scours it out a bit more. So usually your best depth is towards the bank on the outside of the turn in the river. But this river is, or this creek is pretty well marked, so if you follow the marks, you should stay in pretty good shape. There's one dude that's anchored up in here, and I think he might have had a lot more pleasant night than what I did. Pretty protected in here. It'd be a good spot if you wanted to ride out a bit of wind, but there's not a lot of swing room, unfortunately. just coming out into the Coomera River, a little bit upstream from Sanctuary Cove, so that's a good little sidetrack, that one, eh? So when you get this far up the Coomera River, there's lots of places to haul out. Gold Coast City Marina, Riviera is just a bit up in front of us. I'm just going a little bit further, and that's where we'll haul out up there. Really is a boat precinct here. Well, they keep changing the time on me. I've got to be hauled out at 6 o'clock now, so I'm going to go over to the hard stand and tie up in the courtesy berth tonight, and then they can haul me out in the morning, so that'll be good. I've got to wait till 7:30 to get the ute, and I'll drive down to Bruce. It's only 20 minutes to Bruce's place. Yep. Yep. Well, early start, bit of toil to come. I've got the Altex hat on, and that's what'll be going on it. One of the benefits of this carnivore diet, Christmas time, I was wondering how the hell I was going to do this job. I was thinking, gee, I'm going to have to get someone to anti-foul for me, because I didn't think I was capable with all the pain I had in my hands. But after 2 months of carnivore, I'm looking forward to it. I'm fighting fit and no pain. Fantastic. So I'll get into this job and get back to cruising again.
Come down in the bow.
Yeah, I know, just wants to
Hey, settle down.
Just to keep the boat a bit tidy, bit of plastic down where I walk into the cabin. So even though this hard stand is a very clean hard stand, still a fair bit of shit around, so you can keep the deck clean. It tends to stain the deck, so I'll just put that plastic all over to help stop that happening. Okay, job number one when I come out into the hard always is to get this brown stain off the gel coat. I keep it off on the outside because I can reach it, but in here I've got to either swim or get in the dinghy and do it, so it tends to build up. There's 12 months worth there, but you can see on the outside there's a little bit here and there, but not too much. It's just a stain that comes out of the water. I'm not sure what makes it occur, but it gets on most boats and I don't like the look of it. So first thing to do is I'm going to acid wash all of the hulls, and yeah, then we'll work it out. Okay, so this is the stuff I use, Cleaner Works product. It's called Gel Coat Cleaner Restorer Wash. It's an acid wash. I mix it up about 50-50 when I'm doing it on the hard here, and it really rips that stuff up. I'll show you how it works. Just be careful, always wear a face mask or something, because if you get it in your eyes, it really burns, so be aware of that. Anyway, let's get into it. Spray it on and then hit it up with a brush. When it's heavy staining like this, you've probably got to give it a couple of goes. But just wash it off with a hose, don't let it dry. So what are you doing, Brucey?
Hey, what am I doing?
You got the short straw.
I'm salivating. I haven't done it for 12 months.
What we're doing, this part of the anti-foul, this is ablative anti-foul, so as you move through the water, the thing is it takes the top coat of anti-foul off, and that's what keeps it clean. But above the water it goes hard, and this bit here builds up, whereas this, when we rub that off, it'll take it back pretty well. This tends to build up, and it started to peel a bit on the other side, so Brucey drew the short straw and he's grinding all this off. It's pretty hard to do, but we'll get it done.
Slow but steady.
Yep. It's going to be a dirty day today. I'm going to get under the boat. What I'm using is a random orbital sander, but it's pneumatic, so no electricity involved. Don't do this with an electric one because it'll be dangerous. So being pneumatic, no electricity involved. But I'm going to do that, and I'm going to get under the boat with the hose, wet it down, and then rub all the anti-foul back with the random orbital sander. I'm using a 40 grit pad here, and it rips it up pretty quick, so it's good, but it's really messy work. The first thing I'm going to do is put a bit of PPE on, so you want to cover yourself up as much as you can doing this, because it's really a dirty job. The more you can keep off yourself, the less you've got to wash off at the end of the day. So I'll start with gloves, and I'm going to, I think, triple glove this morning. Okay, next off is a pair of waterproof pants. Not that the high vis matters, but it's waterproof. And then last but not least, face shield. Okay, next job I've got to do is just clean up the rudders and the props ready for prop speed. So I'm going to anti-foul the rudders. I'll get my coat of vinegar and anti-foul for the props. I use prop speed on them, and you've got to clean them up really good before you put that on. So I'm just using a wire brush and an abrasive wheel. I'm using an abrasive wheel on the prop, just using wire brush on the rudders to finish cleaning them up. Okay, this is an abrasive wheel I use to do the props with. Takes the old prop speed off pretty well, and it doesn't take too much bronze with it. Your props are pretty expensive. You don't want to do it with an angle grinder because you are taking a fair bit of bronze off, so this is the best way I found of doing it. So this is what you look like at the end of the day. All the dirty work's done anyway, so all I've got to do is get myself clean. So I'm going to go up to the showers and have a good shower, and then the rest is just putting paint on, which is not nearly as dirty as doing all this anti-fouling. Now that's a big day's work, pretty buggered now, and looking forward to a hot shower, getting clean and sitting down.